Have you heard about the motorcycle company called Kianjiang Group or Kianjiang Motors or QJ Motors for short? Me neither. Actually, before I taste tested some Benellis, and obviously they're a conglomerate from China, and they're basically one of the largest motorcycle companies in China right now. Ever since they bought the license, they bought basically the Benelli brand of Italy. They've been churning out different models like the TNT 135, the 302S, the 302R, the TRK series, the TNT Tornado 600, and then in a lot of other models like the Imperial 400 in India. Unfortunately, they don't ship it to the Philippines for some reason. And they've been hammering it down lately. And for the past few weeks, I know it's kind of late for me to do some news, but it's significant because all the news been piling up. So I'm just gonna dedicate this video to Benelli or QJ Benelli or Benelli QJ in general. This might be a little long, so at least I will put it into detail on what's going on with Benelli QJ or QJ Benelli, what's going on, and it needs to be put out because they've been ultra aggressive lately. I mean, I have like total of almost 20 tabs on my computer right now just to show you what's going on. So one of the news a couple of days ago, basically 2 days ago, I got this headline from Bike Wale. It's an Indian motorcycle site, and then I also got some articles from Ride Apart from the U.S. also. So there's a lot to pack in this one. I was planning to do a Chinese bike segment, and this will be my first rev test for motorcycles. But Benelli has been just piling more and more headlines, more and more news, and then the Beijing Auto Show is going on right now. So maybe later on my car segment, I might do some car segments, but I'm gonna do a bike, as you can see, different jacket. If I'm in my car segment, it'll be a different jacket. So there you go. As you can see in the headline right now, Benelli is working 10 new engines from 250 to 1200 cc. So I'm just gonna progress this from this news right here. Then I'll gonna go up to their biggest bike, from their smallest 250 cc bikes to their 1200. So right now, QJ or Benelli is working up on 10 new engines in 4 different cylinder configurations. So it's going to range around 250 to 1200 cc models. So as you can see here, there's like 3 types of engine configurations right here on one of their presentations in China. Sure, Benelli is an Italian Chinese bike company, but unlike other Chinese brands, I've ridden the CF Moto, I've ridden, of course, the Benelli, I've ridden basically not much Chinese bikes, but I'm willing to ride more Chinese bikes so at least I can gauge their quality. Or oh yeah, I've ridden also the Lonson, the Vogue or Vogue, the 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 medium sized bikes. Like you can go to my taste test on the 650DS, the Vogue 650DS, and then I'm gonna upload the 500 series later on. But right now, let's go back to this one. As you can see right here, they'll have their Thumper 250, 380, and 580 or something. The 400, 700, and 900 cc or something. The 900 and 1200. There's it's hard to read right here, but they're gonna be coming out with more engines like their upcoming 650 cc 4-cylinder variant. Right now, the only four-cylinder motorcycle that Benelli is currently offering is the TNT 600, the naked bike, the TNT 600, and then the upcoming SRG 600 or the T100, the Benelli 600 RR, their fair sport bike. I'm not sure if this is going to be like a semi-sport bike or a true sport bike. We'll see it right here because I put it on one of my tabs up here. So according to them, they're gonna be releasing the most powerful engine is the 1000cc inline four-cylinder. It was teased somewhat time back, and then they're gonna release a 650cc unit four-cylinder, and then they're working on 900 and 1200 cylinder displacements. And then they said that you're gonna the 900cc might be a revived version of the old TNT 899i. So basically, they're gonna re-engineer the 899 TNT from the old Benelli days before QJ took over, and they're gonna reutilize that engine and to be put into their new motorcycle. As you can see right here, there's gonna be a Leoncino Cross. It's basic. Since I've ridden the Leoncino 500, taste test will be coming soon or later, maybe once I get my hard drive figure out or something. But they're gonna put out more models as time goes on, and I'm gonna start with the smallest one that the QJ Motors just came out in China. So this is the QJ Turismo Sport 250. So basically, it looks like a 250cc Heritage Classic looking naked bike. So this can be a good rebadge. This can be a good rebadge to the Benelli 250 Imperial or Imperial 250 because it looks pretty classic looking. And I can't zoom it for some reason. Bike Wally can doesn't zoom their pictures, but as you can see right here, there's the QJ 250 Sport Turismo or Turismo Sport. That's what it says on the one of the fairings right there. So this could be a good smaller, a junior version of the Imperiale 400. I'm going to show you the Imperiale in as we bring up the CCs, all right? So right here it says QJ Motors has revealed a retro style motorcycle, the Turismo Sport 250 in the Chinese market. It's going to be Benelli outside China. I think what QJ is trying to do is they're going to keep the QJ brand, the Qianjiang brand inside China, and then they're just going to put the Benelli brand worldwide. And I think that's a good strategy for them to lure the local and the international market, since Benelli is getting up there little by little, but not as that much competitive compared to the traditional big fours or the Europeans or even Americans, for example. So far so good. The It has some LCD right here. Doesn't have a gear shift indicator. It's okay for a 250 bike. What can you say? But this is a good entry bike for Benelli. Besides their 302S that the Philippines has or the rest of the world has right now, this can be a good entry point. Actually, the entry point is the TNT 135. Of course, here in the US, it's also called SSR, the Rascal 125. So right here, the retro design is complemented by modern features like digital cluster. Hardware of the motorcycle comprises of conventional telescopic forks and at the front and twin-sided springs at the back, which is classical like the W800 or the Triumph Bonneville. So it has ABS, which is good. It has a 240 millimeter single disc rotor at the back and 260 millimeter single disc in the front. So it's pretty good. So it's going to be a 249cc twin cylinder. Oh, okay, this is not a thumper. This is a twin cylinder with a 18 PS, 18 PS or 18 horsepower engine, and a 16 and a half Newton meters of torque. So Bike Wally is basically an Indian centric website. So they're just gonna say where is it going to come in the Indian market? It's more likely they're gonna bring it in the Indian market as a Benelli, but in the Philippines or some parts of Southeast Asia or even in Europe, highly unlikely. But it'll be surprising if they did.